Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Encrypted Connections. I am your host, Kyle. I'm trying to get these lights right here. Apologies. Everything's kind of goofy right now. Let's see. Does that look better? A little bit. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Sorry I missed last week. I was battling the ever-loving pneumonia. It was not fun. I still apologies if I cough because I still have this terrible cough. It's not going away. I feel better. I don't feel great, but I feel better. So we're here, and we're gonna do our best.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. Apologies. There's no pretty background right now. I'm working on a whole new setup here, whole new studio. We're building a little nook for me. I got a brand new desk. I got a whole bunch of lighting coming. I got a swing arm for the microphone. And yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff. We're going to be taking that thing down, and we'll have a regular background there, and yeah. So I'm in the middle of it right now. So apologies for no pretty background at the moment. But hopefully by next week it'll all be settled. Anyway, Dewey, what's up, pal?
Oh, nothing much. Been working on a porch for the Stitch Witch. Our sewing room. I about got it done. It's about to get me, but I'm doing it all by myself, so it takes a little longer. But
well, it looks nice, man. You sent me a picture of it yesterday. It looks really good.
yeah, I worked industrial maintenance for years on a shift by myself, so you learn a few little tricks and things to make a job a little easier, and it wasn't too bad. A lot of manual labor, yeah. I put the decking on it today, and I'll put the metal on it tomorrow, I guess.
Looking good, man. It's looking really good. Everything looks really square and neat.
Yep, I got to keep the Stitch Witch happy.
As long as you didn't fall off any ladders. Yep.
No, I didn't. I was very careful.
That's good, man. That's good. Don't need a pretty background. I hope it's so shiny.
There you go. There
Thanks,
you go.
Pyro. George Jefferson.
Just get you one of these and set back here behind you.
I got one coming.
All right.
I got one coming. I had to get an orb.
Back here behind you,
I had to get an orb. No, there's gonna be not much behind me. It's gonna be literally just a wall, just a wall behind me. Yeah. So it's gonna be, but it'll be lit up with all the cool RGB LED lights that'll be all over this desk. Yeah. So we'll see. We're gonna try some new things. I just, I had a messy setup for quite a while, and I wanted to just condense it all. So Yeah, so the swing arm for the microphone, the boom, the whatever, the boom that
Mm-hmm.
comes in from up top, um, I'm excited to finally have that thing because I like that better. Um, so I can put it up here, and I think it picks up the sound a little better.
Oh, okay.
It'll have two pop filters on it, and it's got a what the hell's that thing called? It eliminates some of the vibrations, so it makes the sound better having it on there even.
Hmm.
And yeah, so that's where we're going. Um, I got a new monitor coming. Like I was telling you, I got a monitor coming, so I'll have a monitor, I'll have a wireless keyboard, and I'll have the laptop. The laptop will have the picture on the monitor. I'll be able to do things on the laptop while I'm streaming. Excuse me, while I'm streaming the show to the monitor. Um, Makes it easier. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
excited though. I'm happy. I've wanted a nice setup for a while, and I just it's one of those things. So I didn't have the space and the time and I didn't have the money, and so here we are. Here we are. Um, I'm really bummed out that I've not been able to get out and do anything. Everything that I've planned has fallen through, gotten canceled. I'm just fed up with it all. I'm literally, um, I it's salty. Oh God, I miss you guys. Um, that's right, the microphone, of course. I'm gonna go somewhere this weekend by myself. Um, uh, I know it's probably not the smartest idea, but I got no one to go anywhere with. So, I gotta do something. I gotta get some content. I'm planning on going to this place in Rhode Island that was so haunted. The state of Rhode Island, uh, the state said it was haunted, and it was so haunted that they tore it down. Uh, People who worked there couldn't work there. There was so much stuff going on that people just kept quitting. They wouldn't go to work anymore. And so
Wow.
the state deemed it a haunted location and then tore it down a long time ago. It was a factory at one point.
Hmm.
So now there's ruins out in the middle of the woods, and it's said to be very haunted. I'm going to go out there. It's right next to a cemetery also. So I'm gonna go out there. I got a new spirit box, a couple other little paranormal doodads that I'm gonna do my own little paranormal investigation by myself. I said I wasn't gonna do the paranormal thing, but the curiosity gets the best of me, man.
Yeah,
I can't
it
help it.
does.
Like I just want answers and I want to find stuff out. And plus, it makes good content. People like to watch that stuff. So I'll put my life on the line for you guys. um, what the hell else was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So real quick, I've been discussing this whole idea about a second channel. Um, it is going to happen. It's going to happen sooner than later. Um, I'm not the name is not set in stone yet, so I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to wait until I start the channel, and when I do, I will let you all know. And I hope, even if it's not the content that you like, that maybe you could still support me and just subscribe so that it gets off to a good start. That's all I ask. You don't have to hit the notification bell if you don't want to watch. None of that stuff. It's going to be a mishmash of a lot of things. It's going to be kind of a free form. I'll do everything from like uh, talk about stuff that's in the news. I'll review everything from food to drinks to tech. I will go cool places. I'm probably going to interview different people. I have talked to a gentleman that I know from the area who is um, he's a homeless man. He's a lifelong struggled with addiction and alcoholism. He had a very hard upbringing. He has agreed to allow me to, spend a few days with him, interview him. And so it'll be kind of a short documentary style
Hmm.
film. And I'm going to try to do stuff like that with just a bunch of different people from all walks of life. And I'm also going to do stuff, that I enjoy. I really enjoy tearing into these insufferable asshats on social media. Um, I can't stand this generation of giant clown shoes mush brains. Um, there's just so many insufferable morons on YouTube, Instagram. It just makes me go nuts. And so what better way to get that frustration out than to be able to talk a bunch of smack about them and their content. So I will be doing that, and yes, it will be crude. It will be funny, uh, but some of these people deserve it. These people who are quote unquote pranksters, and what they do is they just go around ruining people's days. They deserve it. I'm sorry, they're idiots. So it's going to be a whole lot of different stuff. The very first episode of the show. This is very special. Okay, so you ready for this? Myself and our good friend Ben from the UK are going to review different alcoholic beverages live. So chances are it's from somebody who drinks twice a year, maybe. By the end of that show, I should probably have a good smack on. I'll probably be pretty pissed. Uh, so that might be interesting to watch.
That are passed out.
Might be passed out. That's possible too. We're gonna get drunk for sure. But we're doing the work for you guys, so you don't have to. So we can say, "Oh no, this was a terrible drink. Don't try it. This was a terrible nip. Don't try it." Or this was really good. Let me have 4 more. And I figure by the end of that show, it'll be pretty funny and interesting. Both me and Ben are pretty entertaining drinkers. We're very happy-go-lucky, and so I figured that'd be a good first show. One of the other things we're going to do is I'm not only going to review tech, and we're talking good tech, real good tech, because I have a friend who has the ability to get really good tech and send it to me to review. So I'll review it. I'll make a short video of it, 15 minutes, going over its, the pros, the cons, the ins, the outs. And then about 2 weeks later, what we'll do is um, we're gonna sell spots in a raffle. It's gonna be cheap. It'd be like $5 a piece. Um, you buy a spot in the raffle for $5, and then 2 weeks later on the live show, somebody wins that piece of tech. And we're not talking cheap shit here. We're talking about $400, $500, $600 headphones, speakers, $300 AirPods, and all kinds of really cool stuff. So for $5, it helps, pay for some of the tech, and then you get to win a piece of tech for $5 or 10 or 2 if you want to spend 20. It's up to you, I guess. But I figured it'd be a fun idea. Who the hell doesn't want to win a really cool pair of headphones or speakers or whatever. So just a lot of stuff. He gets a lot of really cool stuff, high end, top of the line, good stuff. So it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. At least um, I won't be tied down as much. That's the thing. It makes it easier for me to create content without having to rely on the weather and other people and all that stuff. So anyway, now that I'm done rambling on and on for the last 13 minutes,
You're not going to be modeling underwear or anything, are you?
no, I will not be modeling underwear. Absolutely not. Nope.
I was going to say,
Not
check, please.
not gonna happen. Even when I was in my best shape of my life, and I was in good shape when I was, back in my prime, you would never get me to do that. It's just not me, man. I'm not that type of guy.
Well, depends how much you drank on the first show.
Even then, it doesn't happen. If I drink too much, chances are I'll be putting a blanket on and just curling. Are we reviewing ascots and golf clubs? Absolutely not. I hate golf. It sucks. BDSM stuff then. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I don't care much for golf myself.
no,
I broke my arm playing golf one time.
I broke a club.
I broke an arm.
How'd you break an arm playing golf? It's not a
You,
full
you,
contact sport, from what I know.
are you ready for this?
I don't know, am I?
I fell off the ball washer.
Oh, golly. Okay. Well,
Speaking of food, if you see me jump up and run, I had Taco Bell a little while ago. So
oh boy. Goodness gracious. I know what that's like though. Yeah. It's so good going in. It's not very fun coming out. It's just not. Uh yeah, that's me too. I can't stand it. I'm tossing clubs, I'm breaking them over my knee. It's not fun.
I don't even care much for it. Miniature golf, I don't care much for it either. I'll take the
Miniature
girls
golf's not too bad. I can deal with that.
when we go to Pigeon Forge or somewhere. We'll go to one of those, you know. But other than that,
2 reviews at a Taco Bell.
yeah,
The coming and the going.
that could be on your food review list. You know it.
No, I'm not going to review that crap. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, but everybody knows what Taco Bell is. People will have to pick things, you know. I mean, I'll go to some really good local haunts, obviously, and then I'll pick some stuff like off the TikTok trending list of, you know, what's the coolest drink out right now from Starbucks, or what's the coolest new sandwich or whatever. I'll try those things. Why not? As of right now, though, I am about 90% into the carnivore diet, so that's probably going to put a damper on things. I'm not 100% in yet, but I'm about 90% in. So, anyway, anybody else when they were younger ever watched this show? Anyone know what this is? Anybody? It's one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. And I saw this thing a couple months ago at one of the collector stores. Um, no, this is not Megatron. This is Voltron. Megatron was a Transformer, which is also one of my favorite shows. Also one of my favorite movies. But Voltron, one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. It was awesome. Anyway, sorry. So let's talk about some shit, man. I'm just getting over the pneumonia. I just went to an eye doctor appointment and I was told I'm old. I have to get glasses. Um, and you know, as if all that doesn't suck enough, now apparently I might die in an eclipse.
Hmm.
I want to know. Here's the deal, right? I'm not one to fear monger. I don't like fear mongering, but I have to admit that there is a little bit of um, trepidation when it comes to this April 8th eclipse. Just by the way that the National Guard, the government, stores are all going about handling this thing. It's an eclipse. Why are we putting emergency plans in place?
Yeah.
Why, when I go on Amazon to look up a specific thing, in that list is there CB radios, potable water tablets, MREs that never have been on that list before, because I've searched this certain thing many times. Now all of a sudden you're throwing battery backups on. You know, I go to Walmart. My Walmart never sold a battery backup ever. Now there's a giant display of them in the middle of one of the aisles. Coincidence? No, obviously it's not a coincidence. Yeah, stock up on food for a minimum 3 days for an eclipse. Yeah, why? It's an eclipse. It's a little concerning. I want to know what everybody else feels. What are your thoughts and feelings on this? Do you think it's something to worry about? Let me tell you something else too. And I've told many times that I am not a religious person. But did you know that the path of the last three eclipses, when you put the paths of the last three together, they create the letters, the Hebrew letters Alpha and Omega. Did you know that?
Hmm.
That's really friggin' weird. Who's the Alpha and Omega? The beginning and the end.
Yeah.
God, right? Right? That's who the Alpha and Omega is. It's God. So the pattern um, of the trajectory of the last three eclipses created the Hebrew letters Alpha and Omega on the Earth, on the United States or on the Earth, whatever. That's so crazy to think about that. Again, I'm not a religious guy. I'm not claiming to say that I know this is like the end of the world or the apocalypse or the last days or the judgment or any of that. Um, but it's strange, man. It's really, really strange. What are your thoughts, Stu?
It is kind of strange. It's going over 7 towns named Nineveh, which was where God's supposed to send Jonah to get
Yep.
them to repent.
Yep.
And there's several biblical, references, to this.
A lot.
I haven't
Yeah.
done too much studying on it. It's just what I've been picking up here and there, but I hadn't actually sat down and done a lot of research on it. But
Yeah, there's quite a few things. Let's see here.
I do still
Yes.
have my Eclipse glasses from the last one. So
I don't have any. I got to get some. I should have grabbed them when I was at the stupid eye doctor the other day, but I didn't.
I saw some at a Bass Pro Shop the other day, like $2 a pair or something like that. But
Walmart's giving them away, but they're
oh, are
just
they?
they didn't have any more. That's the problem.
Walmart's giving something away?
Yeah, as soon as you walk in the door.
I guess all that money they save not hiring cashiers anymore. I guess they could afford to do that.
Dude, well, there's two cashiers every morning when I go to Walmart, and I go every morning before I feed the cats. I stop at Walmart, um, and they there's two cashiers, um, and they just stand there. You literally like they just look so miserable. I feel bad for them. I'm like, I don't even know why they have them there. Just let them go roam the store or something. No, I didn't get it, Joe. I don't think so. I don't think so. I got my desk came today, but I don't think I got my package. I should know that. I'll have to go check the mail, but I'm pretty sure nothing came when I looked earlier, unless it came later. But I'll have to check it out. Supposedly Walmart is going to require a subscription to Walmart to use self checkout. Is that true? Is that really true?
First I'd heard of that.
It says it says it was delivered in mailbox. Oh, I'll have to go out after the show and grab it. Okay. Thank you. I would have been wearing it right now, actually. Joe is on top of being just a monster of an investigator, him and his lovely wife. And yes, she got all the looks in that relationship. He is a wonderful, wonderful friend.
Yes,
I
he
have
is.
He's a wonderful friend. They both are. They're amazing people. I can't say enough good things about them. I'm a wise ass and I like to joke, but they're just great folks. And I have busted his balls about Hellbent Holler merch for the longest god-forsaken time. And I think I sent him a text a couple weeks ago, and I was like, who's a guy got to stroke off around here to get some Hellbent Holler hats? Apparently, the threat of that was all I needed to do. So Joe was like, "All right, I'll send the hat. Just don't come close." I'm excited though. I've wanted a Hellbent Holler hat for a long time. So I said me. Oh, you get enough ego stroking from me. That's enough. It just gets out of hand so fast.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, evening, Trista. How are you? Welcome to the circus.
Welcome, Trista.
Welcome. So this yeah, I'm excited for the whole merch line. I know they were talking about it last night on the show. I'm really excited for it. I need a shirt. Are we getting fanny packs or chest packs? Hellbent Holler chest packs? No?
That
Or
would work.
maybe like um Hellbent Holler booty shorts or something. I'm just saying. Just
As long
thought.
as long as you don't model them.
Just saying. But yeah, I'm excited for it. So anyway, let's get back to this Eclipse thing. Do any of you guys believe that there's it's like something to really worry about? I mean, just by the way that all this is kind of going, by the way the government is going about doing things right now. I remember 2017. I was working at a day program for people with developmental disabilities, and we sent them home early only because they don't know not to look directly at the sun, right? They don't know that. And so if they're on the bus and they're staring out the window and they just happen to be staring into the eclipse, well, they can hurt their eyes. So we put a bunch of construction paper up on the vans and the windows and we sent them home early just for that reason. But they're closing schools across the country. And saying that it's because there's going to be so many people like coming to these places. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. Make sure you have plenty of water and non-perishable food items and all this stuff. It just makes no sense, man. Don't go outside, blah blah blah. It's crazy. I plan on going somewhere that day. I plan on going somewhere paranormal and haunted that day because during these crazy lunar events, usually things kind of get ramped up. So I'm trying to get somewhere super creepy that day and do some weird stuff.
It's April the 8th, right?
April the 8th, not this Monday, the following Monday. This coming Monday is Easter Monday. It's also April Fool's Day, which is my birthday. So start sending your gifts right now. Just kidding.
You're about 4 days older than me then.
I'm 4 days older than you?
Yeah.
Damn, I look good for my age then.
I was born on the 5th.
Yeah, I don't think I'm 4 days older than you.
I'll post my UPS shipping address in the comments,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh gosh. Trista's kid still has school. She says she's about 4 hours from Erie, which is in the path of totality. Yeah, we're at 92% here. 92%, which is quite a bit.
I think we're at 80. I think is what our scale said.
That's still a good bit right there. Yeah, it's Encrypted Connections Team Birthday Week, so we're gonna have to celebrate our birthdays that next week together on the show.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Work.
we're gonna
We
have
can
to
have
do
some
that.
cake. We can
Yep,
review the cake.
we can review something. Yep, yep. I go for Carvel every year. April Fool's Day is mine and my wife's first date. Oh, that's boy, did I get her good. I'm in Connecticut. I'm in southeastern Connecticut. Dewey is in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the Soggy Bottom. Ohio schools need to be closed because it would be too dark for dismissal. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figure octopus with with it being such a crazy lunar event, those things have the ability to kind of trigger stuff, right? When there's a blood moon, when there's a red moon, when there's a
Mm-hmm.
blue moon, that kind of stuff. It's a solar eclipse. It's a big deal. So I figure I'm just going to go somewhere really strange and see if I can get some really strange stuff to happen. Maybe I'll take my happy little ass out to the Bridgewater Triangle alone and see if I can't get killed by a cult out there. No, who knows? Maybe you could do an undercover work on your second channel, like Undercover Boss. Kyle goes undercover with a coven on Eclipse Day. Undercover astronomer. I'll just crawl into a cave for a while. That's a pretty good idea. Central PA.
Have you got a name picked out yet for the channel? Or are you still
I'm
mulling them over?
mulling
Don't tell
over.
anybody, but
I'm mulling over a couple. I'm going back and forth between a couple. I have a hard time deciding.
I'm gonna send you something on Messenger for a second.
Trista, are you anywhere near the Susquehannock State Forest or Austin? When you say Dewey's from Soggy Bottom, is that related to his Taco Bell adventure?
It could. It could.
I hope not. I sure hope not.
You know what would have been worse when I was growing up? If we'd have had a Taco Bell close by,
What?
we had an old, we had to use an old outside the outside toilet. You know,
Oh,
growing up, I
golly.
didn't have an inside bathroom in our house until me and Dee got married. I moved
Oh,
away from home.
geez Louise, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible. I couldn't even deal. Hey, Smag, it's okay. You're never late. Whenever you come, you're on time. You're right when you're supposed to be there. This thing don't go anywhere. If you want to go back and watch the first 20 minutes, you can always do that. No big deal. Hey, Val, how you doing? I asked about that, Trista, because I was invited to go with Alex and Lucci and Brian and these two researchers who were in Pennsylvania to the Susquehannock State Forest, not this weekend, the following weekend. And I just can't swing it financially. I have to rent a car to go. My car needs. It's just the thing about it is it's getting up there in mileage. It's not brand new. It's a little older, and it needs a couple little things done, just enough where driving 600 miles one way makes you nervous, and I couldn't do it, without being a little bit wary. So I was going to rent a car from Turo, one of these apps that you can rent from. It's cheaper, but I just can't swing it. I'm really bummed out. Like super duper bummed out. I wanted to go so bad, but I can't do it. Can't do it. Really sucks. Really sucks. But they're going to be down there in central PA, near the Susquehannock State Forest. That's a nice looking guy on the show with you. I'm not sure. Are you talking about? You're not talking about me? Sitchwich? No. Oh, all right. um, 600 miles one way might actually be one way. I'm confused. What's that mean? Is the Susquehanna, is that I thought it was like central. It might be north. No. Susquehannock. Oh, means no return. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely means no return. Um Susquehannock. It's like central PA. It's near Austin. This pick has been up for a while. Oh, geez. I don't know. I forget to take these comments down. Apologies. Apologies. So anyway, yeah. It's interesting, man. Is anyone going out and buying a bunch of stuff for this thing, or are you just kind of rolling with it? Like, did you go out and get battery backups? Did you go get flashlight batteries and a CB radio? There's all kind of deals on walkie-talkies on Amazon. I thought that was pretty funny.
Harbor Freight's got generators on sale.
Yep, they got
I
generators on
bought a new
sale.
one about 3 weeks ago.
You what?
I bought a new generator about 3 weeks ago.
Did you?
It's only 2,000 watt, but I mean, I can pick it up and run with it if I need to.
Maybe I should take a drive up to New Hampshire before this whole thing happens and buy another gun.
You can never have too many guns.
You can never have too many guns. You can never have too many. They sell them cheaper up there. Much better selection too, by the way. Much better. That store that Alex took us to, Old Glory, up there, that place is amazing. It's incredible. If you ever get a chance, look it up online. It's like the greatest gun store I've ever seen. Yeah, really cool place. Really cool place. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just nerve-wracking. It's very strange how they are, how they're portraying all this and then trying to tell you to, you know, do these things, but well, it's nothing to worry about. Just be prepared. I don't get it. Just buy extra parts for the guns you already have. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, but I'd like to have another gun too.
Oh yeah,
another gun. No, obviously I don't think I'm gonna reverse it. But it's one of those things, man. It's like I don't believe that the world that as we know it can last forever. I think at some point something happens inevitably, like it does to every civilization that's ever been, that wipes it all out. And we just wonder what that's going to be and when is it going to happen, because it could happen in a blink of an eye.
Oh yeah.
If you listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, he'll tell you that there's that giant asteroid has a very high probability that it's going to hit Earth. in like 2032 or 2035 or something like that, or it's at least going to come extremely close. And one simple thing, like one meteor shower that bumps that thing, um could throw it off its trajectory and then cause it to collide with the planet. And that's what I mean. This universe is so massive, and there's so many things going on in it all the time. Every millisecond, there's any number of crazy things going on around our planet, around our galaxy, that any one of those could just poof, wipe us out in an instant. In an instant. It's crazy to think about that. I
Yep.
agree, Bernie. I think he's lost his shit too, but um I wasn't really about him believing him, more just about the fact that there are so many things going on at any given second around us, and that could just, that's it. Be all over. Could be all over.
I read a book several years ago. I was trying to find it then. So I had it in my bookcase. It's called 1 Second After. And I highly recommend anybody reading it.
It's called
It's about
One
an EMP.
Second. It's about what?
An EMP.
Oh,
And I mean, it happened just that quick, and of course it was fiction, but still, I mean, it had me worrying for a long time. I lost all kind of sleep after reading that book. I'm not lying. I
well,
got there for a while. I was carrying a bicycle in the back of my truck. In case we had one, I could at least get ride the bicycle back home from work, But I mean, it, you wouldn't believe what I was in this book. I mean,
Smag
it's
says it's an
unreal.
excellent book.
It's called 1 Second After. I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to
have to
think of
check
what.
it out.
Yeah, I put a post on Facebook several years ago about things that people need to prepare for. How to prepare, all kind of anything they need to have in their emergency stash. Beans, but instant potatoes, um, powdered milk, things like that. A bunch of beans, things like that.
Marijuana.
And I had this big long list, and at the end of it, I had it, and the most important part of it is have some way to protect your food supply. No, you don't. You don't want to shoot anybody, but if they come to take your food, and it's them or your family, So I lost a bunch of friends over that, but it's the truth,
Sorry.
All right.
I'm trying to do this off camera, but the coughs just come and go real fast. I apologize. Um, yeah. Um, Guarding your food supply is going to be, if something goes down, it's going to be, utmost important to do that for sure. Having your own food supply, gardens and all
Yeah.
that type of stuff, being able to hunt for your own food, which so many of us don't know how to do.
Right.
Um, I think I'm not a prepper by any means, but I do think certain skills are just valuable to have anyway. You know what I mean? Whether that means going to getting yourself a license to carry a firearm and going to the range, or going out in the woods and just practicing your shooting, or driving through an unsavory neighborhood and doing it for a little cleansing, if you will. No, I'm just kidding. It's a terrible joke. Sorry. Yeah, I don't like the edibles so much, Stitch Witch. I don't.
Oh, the gummies. Oh, I love them. I love them.
They don't do like, man. The problem is like I try, I eat some, and I think I got the right dose, and then it doesn't do anything, and then I'm like, well, let me eat some more. So I eat some more, and then I end up like just completely overdoing it. So then that's not any fun. I like the flower, man. I'm a flower guy. Always have been. Agreed, Salty. If you don't have MJ in your emergency stash, you're just not doing it right. You'll be outside their respective Taco Bells with guns. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, Octo. They just don't. It's either like they don't do anything or I have to eat so many that like I end up just getting really tired. Um so I don't enjoy them. I just would much rather twist one up and burn it down.
There you go.
Yeah.
Puff, puff, pass.
That's right. Puff puff pass. Puff puff pass.
Don't mess up the rotation.
That's right. Don't drop it on the ground either.
Been there, done that.
Me and a good friend of mine who may or may not have made a couple stops on this show in the past. We're out in the woods not too long ago, and on a nice rainy day, and I surprised him with a very nice strain from a dispensary not far away, and yeah, one of my favorite places to do that, out in the woods. It's just the best. It's just the best. How being surrounded by nature when you're, burning one down. It's just so good.
Yeah.
It was
I had a little sideline going at one time. I was taking these old antennas off walkie-talkies and things like that, the extendable, and mounting a alligator clip on end of them. Made a pretty neat, pretty neat little roach clip.
Yay. If you prep to pay with money, not cards. Yes, that's right. Also, very good point. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Black Gushers flower. That sounds pretty good. I never had that one before. I love my Do-si-dos, man. That's I think it's my favorite strain ever. That and Death Star. Those are my two favorite strains. I do like the gelato strains. Those are very good. I'm an indica guy. I like the mellow, relaxed feeling. The sativa is too much of an upper, too much anxiety comes along with that. I like the mellow stuff. Octo, where do you go? What dispensary do you use? I drive an hour and 10 minutes away, even though there's like 5 within 10 minutes of me, because the dispensary that's 5 minutes from Brian's house is my favorite dispensary. So good. The prices are great. They're super cheap. The what's the word I'm looking for here? The variety. They have a large variety at all times, and they do all kinds of deals too. So you can get an ounce of like high quality stuff, like premium stuff, for $100. That's cheap. Really cheap. I did have pre-98 Bubba Kush last week. That was, Mamma mia, super good. JDM and Menden.
I get mine from a local store. I don't know if you can see it or not. Too much lights, I guess. Springfield CBD.
Oh, there you go. I go to Northeast Alternatives in Fall River. Fall River. I was an essential worker and able to buy. When the vid hit, I received a government letter. Government. That's great. Government letter. I was an essential worker and able to buy gas. Yeah, that Bubba Kush, man. Woo! Terrapin. No, I'm not sure. Oh, you do? Okay. The laws put me out of business. Oh, yeah, that's the downside of it, man. That sucks. Sierra, that's awesome, dude. That's great. Yeah, I'm familiar with Sierra. Yep. Everything's legal here, man. Everything's legal here. You can do anything. You can grow. You can have up to, and I think 2 ounces. That's what it is. Oh, okay. I do know what it is then, Trista. Yep, I have heard of it. Yep, absolutely. That's how it's close, huh? A mile from your house. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's more and more popping up around here. Just when they legalized it, and it took time for them to give people their licensing. It took a while, and so there was only like 2 dispensaries in the area, and they sucked. They sucked. They just had such a small variety of stuff. Their prices were outlandish, and it was so busy. I was like, screw that. I had gone to Massachusetts, to Fall River, to that place before it was legalized here. It was legal there, and so I was just driving there because an hour and 10 minutes. It's not a bad ride. Takes you through Rhode Island, so I would usually stop in Rhode Island at like um, Newberry Comics, and there's little stores there on the way, and I just continue going there. It's just worth it. It's way, way, way better than anything around here. But now, as more places are opening up, there's starting to be a better variety. So I'll probably try something close by soon. But I don't know if I'll ever stop going there. It's just a great place. The people are awesome. I work in the patching department. It's a pretty decent, easy job. Cool people. It sounds like a pretty easy job. Definitely a job where they don't mind if you come to work blitzed. Do you all have the stizzies? What's the stizzies?
The new one on me.
You can smell it in summer. Oh, I bet. I do love that smell. I do love it. I'm curious what the stizzies are. I don't think so. I don't think so. Northeast has their own stuff, but they also has one of you got a new mic? No, why? Does it sound good? It's probably just my voice, man. It's still on the mend from this whole crazy pneumonia thing. I want to talk to Samson. To the moon like that bitch down in Granted. Oh, that was such a great movie, by the way. Hold on, I want to look something up real quick. Northeast. Alternatives. Cities are half J's dipped in keef and have resin on them. Oh, yeah, we have them. I just didn't know that was what they were called. Yes, we definitely have them. And moon rock and all that cool stuff. It sounds a bit parabolic. Stizzy is the brand. Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. What's going on here?
Stizzy is the brand.
We have these birthday candle joints. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. They literally, it looks like a candle on top, and you light it, and then it burns down and it lights the joint. Like, it's weird. It's crazy.
Kind of like an ear candle with a doobie in it.
Kind of, yeah. Why is nothing working right now? Come on, man. Don't be an asshat. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Adult use, Fall River, and they're considered Massachusetts' best dispensary. They have won that award, I think, every year since they opened. Pre-rolls. Let's see. We have the Northeast Alternative brands. There's Valorum. There is Gary Payton, which is really weird. Dab FX. That's the infused stuff.
Good night, Trista.
Good night, Trista. Sorry. There's a Bernie Hanna butter. Bernie Hanna butter. There's Twax and El Blunto, but it changes. There's always different ones. Like, like I said, they had that birthday candle thing. They have sometimes you'll get like Snoop Dogg brand, just all kinds of different stuff, man. But yeah, the infused stuff is pretty crazy. The dipped stuff. Runts, that's another really good one. OG Hayes, can't go wrong with that. Ice cream cake. Damn it, my mouth's starting to water. Gelato cake. That's a banger. All right. Anyway, let me put this down because I'm just getting all kind of. Oh god!
I can see your studio on this new channel. Look like Cheech and Chong up in smoke.
I'm gonna be like this. Hey man, I'll be sitting here eating. Oh, oh boy. I get no royalties from that. I'll be in contact with my attorneys. Oh shit, hold on. I keep forgetting this new computer. It doesn't it's not a touchscreen like my old one, which Huck also just ruined the other night when I was at my brother's house. I had the old computer with me because I was just trying to get some things off of it. Nothing crazy, but he friggin' jumped up and in my lap and knocked my friggin' juice over, and it spilled all over the computer. And now I can't get it to start. Where was I? I was just looking. We have 600,000 indoor grow op at the Gibraltar Trade Center that goes under the freeway, and they have the same amount on the other side for processing. Jeez Louise, that's pretty good. Good night, Trista would be a good name for a brand. It would be.
Paranormal weed stream.
We can buy an ounce for $80. Yeah, I know. This is a paranormal weed stream now. Yeah. What the hell was I reading yesterday? Um, there was a lady who was growing a lavender sparkle bush in her backyard, and one of the neighbors called the cops on her and said she was growing marijuana. And the cops came, tried to arrest her, took the plant, and she was like, it's not marijuana, man, it's lavender sparkle bush." And the cops were like, one of the cops was like, "Yep, sounds like a marijuana name, lavender sparkle bush." I was like, it does sound like either a marijuana name or a stripper's name. Maybe lavender sparkle kush. How is that not a marijuana strain yet? Somebody needs to make it one. The cat broke my computer. I remember last time when you blamed the cat for Pornhub bookmarks. Oh, that's great. Um, that sounds horrible. Lavender. You want to know what's horrible? The fact that Starbucks is making lavender flavored drinks. You want a drink that tastes like a fucking bush? It tastes like a flowering bush? I'm all set, thanks. They asked me the other day if I wanted to put lavender whipped stuff on top of my matcha. I'm like, no. I'm all set, thanks. Ridiculous. What these rich yuppies won't do. Oh, I'd like some lavender in my drink today.
I like the
Idiots.
way lavender smells. We've got a
Oh, it smells
big
great, but
lavender bush outside our bedroom window, and when it's in bloom, we usually just open the window up and let it blow through the house.
yeah, it smells amazing. Lavender and lilac are two of my favorite. Like, I think both of those smell amazing. You open the windows up and it just blows right through. It's just amazing smells. They're great. Um, yeah, cherry tomato plants. Yep. Uh, that'll do it, huh? That'll do it there. Um, God damn drug kingpin, Walter Off White. um,
We had a guy that was several counties over from us several years ago. He got busted. He had a big underground cave system, and he was actually growing plants. He had grow lights all over, barred up in the cave and everything, and he had a pretty good business going. And the only thing that got him was he added some more lights, and the electric company reported him for for this extra jump in electricity. And they went and checked him out, and sure enough, they found thousands of plants in its cave system. But that's
people,
pretty neat. He had his head going good there for a while.
people just get greedy. That's the problem. You know, you got a
Yeah.
good thing going. Just keep it going. Why do you got to push it? People just always got to push the limits, and then they just screw themselves. Stupid.
Yeah, all this eclipse thing, I'm more scared of a solar flare or EMP or something like that than I am just eclipse. Now I may be wrong, it may be something to it, but
No, I agree. But there's
we've had
something.
eight total eclipses across the United States since 1776, and nothing's ever happened. So I don't know why this would be any different.
Yeah, right. Rational thinking, logical thinking would say it wouldn't be, but um, the way that they are acting is
Yeah.
what's causing the concern. That's weird. It's just weird to me. Why? If it's just another natural event, why are you telling people to stock up on shit? Like, it just makes no sense.
Yeah, I need to go get some more toilet paper, I guess, for the eclipse.
Yeah,
Like we
right.
did for COVID. Toilet
Yeah,
paper
the
shelves
toilet
were
paper, that
empty.
made all the sense in the world. It was an upper respiratory problem, and people were like, "Oh, I gotta get the
Yeah.
toilet paper. Gotta get the toilet paper." It's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, uh, um, I don't know why it would be, but maybe there's something that we don't know. There's always shit that we don't know. That's the
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
So maybe there's something we don't know. Maybe there's somebody planning something during
Yeah,
this,
that would be my
you
one of my
know?
biggest fears.
Yeah. Because it's these big things, it's these big events that get people distracted. It's the perfect time for somebody else to try something, you know? A bunch of people in a lot of people congregating together in large groups
Yeah,
in certain places. It makes for, great targets for, terrible people. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. Um, I don't know. Everyone's
just
getting
about
all
like
up
this
in everyone's getting all up in arms because the moon is a hater and had to cock block the sun for a day. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
moon's
they
like,
said
I
this
got to get some
Y2K was
shine.
gonna be a big deal, but you see how it turned out.
Yeah, Y2K. Yeah, yeah, Y2K. Yeah, that was a big deal. Y2K about as big as KY jelly. Um, if I have to hear one more total eclipse of the heart reference, I'm gonna vomit. And I almost did earlier. I like the song, but I've heard it so much over the last week. I'm like, enough. Enough's enough.
I'd rather hear Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
There you go. There's a good one. We should start playing that instead. Oh God, yeah, that bridge
Yeah, the
collapse. Did you
bridge
see that?
collapse. Yeah.
Holy shit! Talk about nightmare fuel. Good God. When I'm watching it, the first thought that went through my head is the Silver Bridge in West Virginia during the Mothman stuff.
Yep.
That's the first thing I thought about. Um,
And who was doing the filming on that? I mean,
I I saw 3 different, I saw 3 different videos. 3 different videos. One video where a guy's going, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the," over and over again, which is probably what I would have been doing too.
yeah,
Witnessing
probably. Yeah.
something like that is just horrific. Horrific.
I'm just like I said, I'm just glad it happened when it did. It was 1:30 in the morning, so it's light traffic. But
Yeah, and I was told by our good friend Hope that they did call in Mayday, so they were able to stop traffic for the most part.
that was good.
Yeah. So
When I was working with Rudy's Farm Company, they sent me to somewhere down in West Tennessee to pick up something. And I forgot what it was now. Something at the sheet. I had to go approve something at the sheet metal shop. Anyway, I come back. I got back to the plant, and engineer come out and says, "How the hell did you get by?" I said, "What do you mean get by?" He says, "The bridge." I said, "What bridge?" He says, "Well, the bridge collapsed." And evidently, the bridge collapsed at Covington, Tennessee, just right behind me, evidently, because I was about maybe 30, 45 minutes away from work at the time. And time I crossed it, it looked fine to me. But then it collapsed after I went across it. And it
that's
kind of
crazy.
unnerved me there for a little bit. What if I'd delayed a little bit, had stopped and got a Coke or something, maybe, and I might have been right in
Well,
the middle of it.
those crazy events like that where you're just a moment or two away from a disaster it just shakes you up.
Yeah.
It just shakes you. If you've ever had that happen like 2 years ago, I don't know if you guys remember this. Um, I had left. I was coming from Groton to the New London side of the river, and so you have to cross the Gold Star Memorial Bridge. And normally I wouldn't be going at that time of the day. I was supposed to go later. I decided last minute, I'm just going to go now and get it all over with. I left the house. I go over the bridge, and on my way back, I hear sirens and there's cars fly like cop cars, fire trucks flying by me. And I only came over the bridge and stopped at a store real quick and then was going back. So um, it was a matter of 10 minutes. What happened was an oil truck driving on that bridge got into an accident and then exploded. And the whole side of the whole 2 or 3 lanes were engulfed in flames. I mean, like gigantic fire on this bridge. The guy in the truck, oil truck, passed away, sadly. The car behind it caught on fire and exploded. I was going to go back and try to take a picture of this fire, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. It just seemed disrespectful at that point. But there were pictures on Facebook, and it was terrifying. Had I waited and gone the 10 or 15 minutes later when I was going to go, I would have been in that same lane with that truck when that happened.
Man,
Just shook me up, just like you talked about. Just like, holy shit, if I had waited, I would have been right there. Crazy. We had a barge on a bridge in Interstate 40 10 years back. Early one morning, think about it was catastrophic. Jesus, that's just scary. That's just scary, man. I can't imagine. That whole Silver Bridge thing, though, that was a tragedy. It was Christmas time. People were coming back from buying gifts, and there was what 55 people on that died in that, or 20? No, I forget what the number was. Like 27 or 47. I don't remember, but still, it was too many. Just too many. We had my dad's friend, his niece back in like the late 80s, early 90s. Her and her friends was like 4 or 5 of them in a car. They'd gone to New Haven, I believe, to go like out to the clubs or whatever. And they were coming back over the bridge. I forget the name of the bridge in New Haven. And there was construction being done, and there were Jersey barriers up to keep you from going in the part of the bridge that wasn't finished yet. But apparently, I guess one of these barriers was moved, and they went in that lane and ended up driving right off the bridge.
oh man,
Yeah, everyone in the car died. Yep, I remember it. I remember that clearly. Talk about like terrifying. That's just terrifying. Terrifying. I drive over that bridge, that Gold Star Bridge. It's a big bridge too. I don't know if you saw the video I made not too long ago with the snow. I was flying the drone, and I flew it, towards that bridge. It's a big bridge. It's high. Many people have jumped off of it, to end their lives, to unlive themselves. And it's I drive over that bridge, and sometimes you can't help but think like, God, what if this thing were not safe? Scary. Who the hell was telling me about a bridge that that they who was I talking to about that? It was Brian. Yeah, it was Brian. It was a bridge in Providence. I think, or maybe it was in Fall River. I don't remember. Somewhere over there. There's a bridge. It's a really, 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 really well-traveled bridge. And when they do these inspections, they have two different inspectors come out to inspect the bridge. First guy gave it a passing grade. Second inspector came and was like, "What? This thing needs to be shut down now, like immediately. It needs to be worked on." And so they ended up having to shut like half the bridge down and have the workers come and work on it because it was not structurally safe. And so it's still going on. There's traffic on that bridge every morning because of they have to work on it. It was not good. Can you imagine if both of the inspectors were just like not giving a shit that day, and they were like, yeah, it's fine.
ain't that something?
You know, who knows? Bob was having a bad day, and he got up and was hitting the gym beam early. Went out to the bridge and was like, "Yeah, looks good to me. Looks good." Yep, crazy. Have you ever driven the Skyway Bridge in Florida? It's terrifying. It's like driving into low orbit. No, I don't even know what that is. What's the Skyway Bridge? Night, Benny. Thank you, buddy. Love you. Um, the Skyway Bridge. Now I gotta see it. Now I gotta see it. The Skyway Bridge. Skyway Bridge. Holy cow. Yeah, that. Wow, that's crazy. That is a crazy incline and decline. That is nuts. Cool looking bridge though. Did that bridge collapse back in the day? Looks like it did. Skyway Bridge disaster anniversary. Holy shit. Yeah, it definitely did. 1980. Crazy, man.
Yeah, we've got a bridge on the Natchez Trace, and I forgot how high it's high. It's real high, and they've had so many people jump off that bridge that they actually put a chain link fence up on both sides of the fence, on both sides of the bridge, to keep people from jumping off of it. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know.
But that's not going to stop them. You can climb a chain link fence.
I know, but I guess you got to
I mean, that seems ridiculous
a
to
little
do
extra
that.
effort, I guess. But
They should have put barbed wire up or some
yeah,
shit. Razor wire. I don't know. Well, I mean,
they want to get cut.
the Golden Gate Bridge is the bridge if you want to unlive yourself. That's where more people commit that act than anywhere else is the Golden Gate Bridge. Makes sense. If I lived in San Francisco, I'd probably want to do it too. Just kidding. It collapsed in the 80s after being struck. The remnants of the old bridge are used as fishing piers now. Very spooky. Most terrifying bridge. Not kidding. Yeah, I'm all set. I wouldn't drive it. I'd stay away from it. There's a pretty. It ain't like that, but what the hell's the name of that bridge in Fall River? Let me look it up. Um, whoops, I spelled that wrong. The Charles M. Braga Bridge. It's nowhere near the Skyway. Nothing, not even close, but it's a pretty big bridge. It's a ship bridge too. There's potholes all over it. It's crazy.
You remember the
Crazy.
Tallahatchie Bridge?
The Tallahatchie. No.
Remember that one?
No, I don't remember that one. Did that one collapse too?
No, that's the one that Billy Joe McAllister jumped off of.
Who's Billy Joe McAllister?
Ode to Billy Joe. Remember the song?
No,
Remember that song?
I don't think so. Sing it.
No.
I'll
Bobby Gentry sang it.
have to look it up.
Happened on the 3rd of June.
The Throgs Neck Bridge. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I've been on that a few times. Yep. Wind blows good. It definitely does sway. Used to go there quite a bit when I was like younger man, in my 20s. Used to spend a lot of time out in New York.
Wow.
Hey, Bobby. Is Life with Bobby? Is that Bobby actually Bobby Gentry? Maybe. Oh, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, that's a scary bridge. Any bridge that sways like that, just freaky, man. What's up, Rev? Hey, Rev. What I got, Rev? Can you see it?
It's a glare right in the middle of it.
Stupid light.
Oh, okay. Cats playing cards.
Cat cards, man. Cat cards. They're really cool. Sent to me by a good friend, Mr. E. Rev. The Reverend. The Reverend. There's that bridge in Washington that was so dangerous because of the twisting. Maybe he was just trying to do a dance. Can't help it. Can't help it.
Yeah, I don't care much for bridges myself.
I've seen a bridge collapse.
Especially the big tall ones.
Jump rope. Yeah, that's the scariest shit. Oh, don't worry about it, man. No stress. Yeah, when you get those old bridges used to do that, forget that, man. No thanks. Tore itself apart before it was open due to wind. F that. I'm all set. What's amazing to me is like the Golden Gate Bridge. Obviously, there's earthquakes out there. There's been some terrible earthquakes since that thing's been built. The engineering is so good that the bridge has survived through those earthquakes. That's what's amazing. That the engineering is just crazy. What these people can do. I can't even build a fucking Lego gas station. They're building earthquake-proof bridges that are, 5 miles long and 200 feet tall.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyhow. So, well, before we wrap this thing up, apparently not many people were worried about this eclipse. I thought it was going to be a much more like people worked up and like, conspiracy driven chat. People were like, no big deal. All right. Well, thanks for ruining the show tonight. Thanks a lot, guys. Just kidding. So I think this weekend, hopefully, let's see. Also, and I know nobody is really from around here, but if anyone is from around this area and wants to join, I'm starting my own group. I'm starting my own paranormal cryptid investigation group, much like the BFRO. I'm starting a group for this area because there's just not enough people. There's not enough, there's not a lot of them. And I want to start a group for people in this area who are serious about doing this stuff, who can commit to going out, once a month minimum to go do an investigation somewhere. And so I'm going to start a group. So if anybody is from the area, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and you're serious about it, that you can make a commitment to come out once a month, that you have the ability to get out and meet up and do that, then please message me. It's not going to be just anybody and everybody. I can't do that because those are when kind of the groups get out of hand, and you got to keep the groups to a reasonable number. And so who's who and all that stuff. But I want to start one just because it's frustrating not having people around here who do this stuff and are serious about it.
Have you got a name picked out for it yet?
No, not yet.
Check this one out. It comes up there.
Paranormal. I think Joe and Jesse last night in Joe and Jesse's chat, there was a great name for a paranormal group. It was called Blue Balls Paranormal.
Yeah.
So close to the truth. That was the best. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, that's perfect. That's perfect. Blue balls paranormal. Oh, so close to the truth. Amazing. Um, so anyway, I just want to get that out there. But anyway, what I was gonna say is um checking the weather right now. I know it's supposed to be shit for tomorrow's gonna be terrible, I think. Tomorrow.
I hadn't even checked my weather for tomorrow yet.
Tomorrow, about 45 or 50%, 45, 35% chance of rain all day. Thursday, 98% it's going to rain all day. Friday and Saturday looking much better. So let's say Friday or Saturday, I will be going out by myself to someplace, probably that place I was talking about with the old factory that Rhode Island deemed too haunted that they had to tear it down. So keep an eye open for that. Anybody who's around, if anyone's in the area and has the ability to come out and meet up, let me know. I'd love to have you. Doing an SD session by yourself is impossible. So
Yeah, it is.
I,
Yeah.
I need someone to ask the questions while I put the mask on and the headphones. Anyway, got anything?
I'm good.
You're good. How's your stomach? Your stomach okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Oh yeah. It's great. It's great. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Right now, anyway.
All right, that's good. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, just it's been a crazy couple weeks with the pneumonia and stuff. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't even going into this week. I still wasn't sure if I was going to do the show just because it kicks your ass, man. It takes a while. You just don't feel right, tired and run down and coughing like crazy still. So I apologize for not having a whole lot lined up and organized for the show, but uh, I'm doing the best I can. I didn't want to skip another week. So, but next week we'll have something. And like I said, I'll be going out this weekend to do some and paranormal investigating alone. Maybe being alone will give some of these spirits the, courage to,
Hmm,
speak to me because
maybe.
by myself, I don't pose as much of a threat as a group of people. So we'll see. And yeah, keep your notifications turned on so you know when I go live. Please hit the like button for me. It means a lot. It does a lot for the channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you next week, or I'll see you this weekend. All right.
Sounds
Thanks.
like a plan.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. Till next time. I
Good
love
night,
you.
everybody.
Stay weird.